Welcome, everybody, to Witter Field in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, for tonight's matchup between the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters and the first half Great Lakes East champion Traverse City Pittsbitters. Traverse City playing a doubleheader tonight after yesterday's game was postponed to today. These two teams will play two 7-inning games, starting with this first game, in which Traverse City will play games 3 and 4 of a 6-game road trip. And they will start the first half, or the first game of the second half, underway here tonight. Trey Younger, the leadoff hitter for Traverse City, playing the second base position tonight. A usual shortstop, but with Mario Camilletti off for 4 days to finish the road trip. Younger will take over as the second baseman, and 3 pitches into this ball game, he goes down swinging on strikes to get things underway.
With hot, fresh coffee and a specialty hot cocoa menu, you're sure to find something wherever you are. Mission Coffee, they're not just coffee. Find them by the Rafters.
Younger goes down on strikes. Nathan Hemmerling is the starter for the Rafters in this first game of a doubleheader. Miles Symington, the right fielder, now into the batter's box, and he'll watch one outside. First ball thrown by Hemmerling. Let's take a look at the statistics so far on the season for Nathan Hemmerling, as Symington shoots one foul down the left side. Hemmerling on the season for the Rafters is 1-0 in 3 games pitched. This is his 4th appearance on the season. 13 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 4 walks with 11 strikeouts. Has given up 3 earned runs. His ERA sits at 2.03. Has not faced Traverse City yet this season. Pitched just 1/3 of an inning. His last appearance faced 2 batters against the Madison Mallards in a 10-9 victory for his team. First time he's facing a team from the Great Lakes East. His 3 starts against the Great Lakes West. Fields a comebacker up the middle from Symington, and quickly 2 outs away in this top of the first inning.
August 28th, he's performed alongside Jake Owen and Willie Nelson. Returning to Witter Field, Derek Jones will be opening up at 6 o'clock.
2 quick outs for Hemmerling. And into the box now, Tito Flores, making his 3rd start of the season at third base. The usual left fielder for the Pittsbitters, playing third. As Trey Younger shifts over to second to cover for Camilletti. Faust shifts to shortstop to cover for Younger. So the opening at third base, and Flores slides in there. Had a lot of chances in Game 1 against the Kalamazoo Growlers a couple days ago at third base. Pops one up right side, might stay in play, and it's just going to get out of play. No chance for the catcher, Diacunto. And Flores down in the count 0-2. Hemmerling working very fast here in the first. Struck out Trey Younger on just 2 pitches. Got Miles Symington out on just a few more. Here's the 0-2 to Flores. He will stay alive and foul it off to the left side right at the Rafters dugout. Got Symington on just 5 pitches. 3 pitches here to Flores. Looking for a 12-pitch inning. 0-2 still the count to the third baseman in the 0-2. Popped up, and that ball looks like it's going to get out of play, and Flores is staying alive in the count. Still 0-2. Flores has fought off a couple good pitches from Hemmerling. And the Pittsbitters last game 18-2 loss, looking to correct things here on the road. A waste pitch from Hemmerling there outside, trying to get a chase on the breaking ball. Doesn't get it. 1-2 now the count. After the last Kalamazoo series, Traverse City looking to start the second half strong. Tito checks the swing and went around. Tag applied. A 1-2-3 inning for Hemmerling with a pair of strikeouts. And just like that, he's through the top of the first. And we will go to the bottom of the first with the Rafter lineup. Pittsburgh defensive orientation. We return on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back, everyone, to Wisconsin Rapids Witter Field, bottom of the first inning. And let's take a look at the lineup for the home team, the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. The center fielder, Cooper Kornblum, will lead it off for the Rafters. McKinley Irves in right field's batting second. Josh Nikoloff, the third baseman, followed by the designated hitter Andrew Duran cleaning up. EJ Exposito at second. Marco Castillo in left. Elijah Dickerson at first. Sterling Hayes at short, and rounding out the lineup is the catcher Angelo Diacunto. And the pitcher for tonight's matchup, his third start of the season, though he has made 3 appearances out of the bullpen this year before moving into the rotation where he is going to stay for good the rest of the year. Wyatt Rush. Rush has made 5 appearances on the season, as I mentioned. 2 starts, 3 relief appearances, 4-0 record through 20 innings pitched. Has given up just 7 hits to 69 batters faced. 3 earned runs on the season, just 2 walks, and both those walks came in his last start against the Kalamazoo Growlers, which was a beauty. Both his starts this season have been gems, as his whip on the season, .45, which almost translates to about 1 base runner given up every 2 innings of work. His last 2 starts, almost carbon copies of each other. 7 innings pitched against Kokomo and most recently Kalamazoo. 3 hits against both those teams, 1 earned run. Only difference was he had no walks, 4 strikeouts. His first start of the season against the Kokomo Jackrabbits, and then 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, most recently against the Growlers. ERA on the season, 1.35. And of all the starters on the roster, his is the lowest by just a little bit in front of Jeremy Neff, the left-hander. Second pitch of the inning, lined into center field, and it is going to drop in for a base hit in front of Cruz Taylor. A sinking liner by Kornblum finds the gap out there. It is a single for Kornblum. Kornblum leads off the game with a single. He is over at first base now as McKinley Irves, the right fielder for the Rafters, steps into the box. Irves on the season, right behind Kornblum as the hottest hitter on the team. Second highest average, hitting .350. Most recent game, 2 for 2. against the Green Bay Boya. First pitch from Rush, lined into right. That's going to drop in front of Symington. Symington picks it, and Kornblum is going to third base. First to third on the single from Irvs, and right out the gate, the Rafters off to a hot start. Back-to-back singles, they're in business. Runners on the corners, no one out against Rush. One of the Pittsburgh's best arms on the season when he was in the bullpen, and now as he's made his transition to a starter, and a pair of base hits to start things off. Irv's only 3 stolen base attempts on the season, has been successful twice, only caught once. Josh Nikoloff now the hitter. Nikoloff, a .252 hitter. 1 for 3 with a double in his last game against Green Bay. Last time he faced the Traverse City Pittsburghs, went 2 for 5 in game 1, 1 for 4 in game 2. Those 2 games back in Traverse City, part of a home and home. The second of 3 crossover teams that Traverse City will play. They'll play their final Great Lakes West opponent tomorrow. Ball just off the plate from Rush. He's thrown 2 consecutive balls that have just missed the outside corner behind 2-0 to Nikoloff. 2 for 5 with a double in the Traverse City series back up in Michigan. A 2-0 hitters count for him here. Irvs holds Nikoloff. Blooper to right field. Symington coming on. He will make the grab. Runner bluffs coming home. The throw cut off by Arnold. And a productive out there by Rush. No runners advance on the fly out to Symington. And there's 1 away. A big out for the Pittsburghs as Rush tries to work out of trouble. Back-to-back singles, runners on the corners. Now 1 away for the cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, Andrew Duran. 4th highest average on the team, 286. 1 for 4 with a double in his last game against Green Bay. Is playing in just his 11th game of the season. Had a big gap between appearances from the 4th to the 26th of June. Did not play. And Rush checks on Irvs over at first. Deals. Duran way ahead of a breaking pitch by Rush. And this could be a big strikeout for the right-hander from Michigan State University. And hold those runners put on the corners. And Duran trying to come through and give his team an early lead here in the 1st inning. Traverse City and Wisconsin Rapids split the 2-game set in Traverse City. 0-2, swing and a miss on an indoor slider from Wyatt Rush. A big strikeout to Duran. And there's 2 away now in the inning. Now just needs 1 out here to get out of it. And out of any capacity can do the trick. In middle infielders can toss it to second. Get a play at first, fly out, line out. Anything will do the trick as E.J. Exposito, the second baseman for the Rafters, steps into the box. 0 for 2 with a RBI. Sacrifice fly his last game against Green Bay. In game 2, 1 for 4 in game 1. Last time he faced the Pittsburghs. 0 for 4 the first game, but 1 for 3 with a pair of walks in the second game. So some success the last time he faced Traverse City. 1-0 pitch from Rush. Checks his swing, and he went around on it. Count evens 1-1 as Rush tries to battle through trouble. As I mentioned, his whip on the season, .45, so very unaccustomed to allowing multiple base runners at the same time in an inning. Both on singles to start the game. Got Nikoloff to fly out. Duran to strike out is an out away from getting out of the 1st inning scoreless. Deals a fastball just outside off the plate. 2-1 now to Exposito. Exposito, a .231 hitter on the season. but does have 17 RBIs. Third on the team in that category. Can add one here if he can get a hit. 2-1 from Rush. Breaking ball just off the corner. Rush trying to find the slider on the outside part of the plate. Would have been a great pitch with 2 strikes, but with only 1 strike, don't have to expand the zone. So now a 3-1 count to Exposito. See if Rush gives in and gives him a strike. See if he throws a fastball. Does, and Exposito swings right through it. The count now full. 3-2, 2 outs in the bottom of the first with runners on the corners. So Irvs over at first base will get a head start here and move on the pitch. Kornblum sitting at third base. The payoff pitch from Wyatt Rush. Deals and fouled off by Exposito. Just stuck the bat out there and made contact to continue the at-bat. Wasting a good pitch there from Rush. Rush only 1 earned run in his 2 starts on the season. Both those through 7 innings. Trying to get through the first. Another payoff pitch coming. Deals. And again, Exposito will just foul it off and stay alive. Working this count in the first against Rush. Already 16 pitches thrown in the inning, and this is going to be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. Irvs is going to be on the move again from first. Another 3-2 pitch, and Rush misses outside with it. Only his 3rd walk on the season. Does not walk a lot of batters. Had his first 2 walks in the last game against the Growlers. And through now 74 batters faced on the season, just 3 walks issued. And the bases are loaded for Marco Castillo now. Two outs, bases loaded for Castillo. Castillo, a .259 hitter. Hits in his last 2 games, both against the Booyah. Only played in 1 of the 2 games up in Traverse City when they visited on the 19th and 20th. Went 0 for 5 in that ball game with a strikeout. No hits against the Pittsburghers on the season. This would be a big time for his first. Castillo, the left fielder for Rafters. First pitch, a strike. Second pitch from Rush. A breaking ball. Just missed the plate, looked a little high. Now a 1-1 count. Rafters making Rush work in the first. 1-1 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Castillo at the plate. This is going to be the 20th pitch of the inning. And Rush deals 1-1 and misses off the plate. Hitters count now for Castillo 2-1, and Rush is going to have to come at him with a pitch here or risk going down 3-1. Two-one pitch, hitter count for Marco Castillo. Here it comes. Tried to find the slider, but he released it high. And now it's a 3-1 count to Castillo, and Rush needs to throw a strike here. He's going to walk in the first run of the ball game. Trying to work out of trouble. Bases loaded, 2 outs, just needs an out of any kind here. Needs to find the zone on this 3-1. And he's going to miss offside, off the plate. And that's going to walk in the first run of this game. Rush was so close to getting out of the inning after putting runners on first and third to start. Got the next 2 batters out and held the runners and was just an out away from ending the inning, but back-to-back walks push a run across. Rafters up 1-0 as Elijah Dickerson, the first baseman, now steps into the batter's box. First pitch to Dickerson, and he chops it, hits himself in the box, so it's a foul ball. Dickerson on the season hitting exactly 200, 12 hits and 60 at-bats. 27th game for the sophomore from LaSalle University. 2 for 3 his last game with a home run against the Booyah. Rush deals low. It was the second time in 3 games that Dickerson was 2 for 3 in a ball game, 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 walks his most recent game on July 5th, Monday. 1-1 pitch to him from Rush, swing and a miss on an elevated fastball, and Rush can get out of the inning with a strike here. 1-2 the count to Dickerson. 2 outs in the inning, 1 run already across with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. Rush trying to make a pitch here on 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got Dickerson swinging to end the inning on pitch number 26 of the first, but the Rafters strike first with a run in their bottom of the first, and Pittsburghers will play from behind today, down 1-0 after 1, and we'll be back in a minute on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Witter Fields here. 1-0 the score as the Rafters strike first in the bottom of the first as Wyatt Rush walked in a run. Gave up 2 hits to start the inning, but then got 2 outs. But walked 2 batters to walk in a run. It's 1-0 as Chris Monroe, the designated hitter, steps into the box. Monroe coming off of a very good series against the Kalamazoo Growlers. He's increased his average to a team-high 319 on the season. Takes one outside, 1-1 the count. Monroe currently sporting a 9-game hit streak, and 4 consecutive games he's had multiple hits. Most recently 2 for 4 against Kalamazoo. And the 18-2 loss was 3 for 6 with a grand slam, 5 RBIs. In the 16-2 victory on the 4th of July on Sunday. Down 1-2, and he's going to go down swinging. 3rd strikeout through 4 batters for Nathan Hemmerling here. And he's sat down all 4 he's faced so far. Michael Steigels, now the left fielder for the Pittsburghers, will step into the batter's box. Steigels, a .215 hitter on the season, has a 3-game hit streak. On July 4th in the big win was 1 for 2, but he did get up to the plate 5 times. He had 6 times, actually. He had 3 walks and a hit by pitch to go with his RBI single. Grounds one left side, but foul. Only one player has put a ball in play so far. It was Miles Symington in the first, and it was a grounder right back to Hemmerling. So he himself has gotten all 4 outs. Defense hasn't had to work yet. 1-1 pitch to Steigels here. Tried to get the breaking ball, but released it high, and it came across the neck of Steigels. 2-1 hitters count for the left fielder from Oakland University. Rips one hard into left field, but it's going to go right to the Rafters left fielder, Castillo. Hit it on the screws, but right to Castillo, and there's 2 away. Solid contact for Steigels, but Castillo barely had to move out there and left. There's 2 away now for the catcher for the Traverse City, Miguel Useche. Useche had his best game of the season. His last time out against Kalamazoo, 1 for 2. He scored 2 runs, had 3 walks, and an RBI double. That came in the first inning, part of 8 runs scored in the first against Kalamazoo. Swing and a miss on the second pitch. First one was an outside corner strike, and it's 0-2. Hemmerling looking to go 6 up, 6 down, and can get his second 2-strike out inning here. The 0-2 to Useche, and he's going to take high on a fastball. A good chase pitch, but Useche lays off, trying to battle back into the count. 1-2. 2 outs, no one on base, and the 1-2 from Hemmerling. Finds his own, but Useche fouls it off. Useche, although the stat sheet won't reflect it, had a fantastic second quarter of the season, and Traverse City plays a mini game where you earn points for your performance at the plate, and Useche finished second in the mini game in the second quarter. Grounds 1 to third. Play is made, and the throw across in time. A nice stretch at first. Another 1-2-3 inning for Hemmerling. Pit Spitters still without a hit, without a base runner as we go to the bottom of the second. Wyatt Rush back on the mound when we return on Pit Spitter Radio. Back at Witter Field in Wisconsin Rapids, bottom of the second inning, the Pit Spitters have gone down in order in both their frames. And Wyatt Rush back on the mound after what definitely seemed like his worst inning that he has put up this season. Gave up 2 hits to start the first. Got the next 2 batters out, but then walked a pair to push across the first run of the game before getting a strikeout to end it. Did have 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Back to work here against Sterling Hayes, the shortstop for Wisconsin Rapids. Second pitch misses just inside off the plate. 2-0 count quickly to Hayes, as Rush struggling to command the zone so far early on. Had 26 pitches in the first inning. 2 balls to start the second. The 2-0 pitch finds the strike zone. No, it doesn't find the strike zone. Umpire thought he was calling a strike. And it's off the plate now, 3-0 to Hayes, the leadoff hitter. 3-0 pitch from Rush. That one finds the zone, goes 3-1 now to Hayes. Hayes from Creighton University. Has a 3-1 count here. Rush deals, and that ball comes inside, and that's the third walk already for Wyatt Rush. First time this season he's allowed 3 walks in an appearance. Had only ever allowed 2 walks one time. His only walks on the season came his last start against the Kalamazoo Growlers. He had 4 straight appearances, including a 7-inning start against Kokomo, where he did not walk a single batter, and now has 5 in his last 2 games. We're only in the 2nd inning here, and he's walked his 3rd batter, leading off Hayes with the walk. Now Angelo Diacunto up at the plate, the 9-hitter for the Rafters before the lineup turns back over already. First pitch to him, a strike. A slider that found the strike zone. Diacunto, the Rafters catcher. Hayes over on first, has only attempted 1 stolen base on the season and was caught stealing. There's probably nothing to worry about here. Diacunto just a 188 hitter on the season, hitless his last 3 games, including 0 for 3 against the Booyah. First pitch from Rush to him, misses. It's a 1-1 count to Diacunto, with Hayes leading from first. 1-1 pitch is going to miss off the plate outside. Now 2-1. Every hitter seeming to be getting into a good hitting count, as the command not there early on for Rush. Looks at Hayes, deals a 2-1 pitch. That ball lined through the left side for a single, the 3rd hit already for the Rafters. And once again, back-to-back innings, they're in business, putting on the first 2 batters. And now the top of the order already back up. And Cooper Kornblum, who already singled in his first at-bat in the 1st inning, has runners on first and 2nd with nobody out. Took just a couple pitches for him to single into center field. The team leader in batting average entered the game hitting .373. First pitch to him here, shows bunt, gets it down. It's a good one down the line. Useche Fields fires onto first, and he is safe at first on a bunt single. Perfect bunt for Kornblum, gets him safely down to first, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the 2nd. Back-to-back innings, Rush is in a lot of trouble. Had runners on the corners with nobody out in the 1st. Almost got out of it, but gave up just 1 run. Now has to pull a big magic act here to avoid a whole lot of trouble. McKinley Irves back up to the plate. He singled his first time. First pitch to Irves, swing and misses on a ball that was right down the middle. Irves backing up Kornblum, both of them top 2 in batting average on the team, 1 and 2 in average. Irves just a little bit behind Kornblum, about 20 points. Looking for his 2nd hit in 2 innings. Second pitch fouled off, and Rush gets ahead 0-2. Needs to make a big pitch here. A strikeout would be huge to get Irves and keep the runners put where they're at. Infield willing to give up the run to turn a double play. But Irves, a quick runner. Rush is set. The 0-2. Lined into center field. Cruz Taylor comes in, makes the grab, and no tag up from the runner at 3rd. And back-to-back innings that Rush has got a out with a runner on 3rd that was not deep enough for them to tag. The first one was a fly ball to Symington in right field. That one, though, was hit really hard on the screws, just right at Cruz Taylor in center, and got a running start at it. and it held Hayes up at third base. Now base is still loaded, one away. Josh Nikoloff, the batter. He flew out to Symington in shallow right field his first time up for the first out of the first inning. First pitch from Rush here, a nice slider on the outside corner to start him off. Would be a big boost for Rush if he can get out of this with no runs. Even one run would be a victory with bases loaded, nobody out. Has to get through the middle of this order first. Third baseman for Rafters looking to do damage. The 0-1. Another breaking ball that finds the outside corner. Back-to-back sliders from Wyatt Rush that hit the outside part of the plate. And back-to-back batters he's gotten ahead on 0-2. A good catcher behind the plate, Useche. He can afford, if he chooses to spike one and try to get a chase. And trust Useche to keep it in front. See what he goes with on 0-2. He deals, and he does spike one well outside into the left-hand batter's box, and Useche picked it off the dirt. Now 1-2 count, but a good pick from Useche keeps the runner at third. Rafters already 4 hits, 3 walks in the first 2 innings. Now 1-2 coming to Nikoloff first. Rush steps off the mound to try and gather himself. 16 pitches already in the inning, 42 overall. The 1-2 from Rush. That ball hit well into right center field. It's drifting back. It's going to drop at the wall for a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runners score. And they're going to hold Kornblum out at third base. It's a 2 RBI double for Nikoloff. And the Rafter lead increases. Solid hitting from Nikoloff there. Got down in the count 0-2, and he battled and took a fastball the other way to right center field for a 2 RBI double. It's now 3-0 Rafters. And now that takes away the possibility of a double play ball, as there's runners third and second, 1 away for Andrew Duran, the designated hitter. Rush got him out on strikes in the first inning. First pitch to Duran here, a slider, had him out in front, took it for a strike. 3-0 lead, first time that Wyatt Rush has given up multiple earned runs. Oh, 1 pitch. Duran ahead of it again, fouls it off. Rafters all over the fastball, so Rush trying to work in the slider more often, trying to keep hitters off balanced. First time Wyatt Rush has given up multiple runs in a game. Has given up 3 already in 2 innings. The 0-2 to Duran. That ball in the air to right field. Might be deep enough. Symington's going to make the grab. Kornblum's coming home. The throw from Symington goes through and into score safely as Kornblum on the sacrifice fly from Duran. It's 4-0 Rafters. And Nikoloff just held up at second, did not take an extra base. (4-0) lead, 2 outs in the second, and EJ Exposito up at the plate. He batted with 2 outs in the first and worked himself on base to load the bases at the time. First pitch to him here just misses off the outside corner. Another long inning for Rush at the 20th pitch of the inning. 46 total in the game. 1-0 to Exposito. A slider fouled off. Seems to be the only pitch that the Rafters aren't all over and hitting hard. 1 run in the first, 3 here in the second, 4-0 lead for the Rafters. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A slider that misses the plate. It's now 2-1 to the 5-hitter for the Rafters, Exposito. Exposito just 1 hit the last time he faced the Pit Spitters. Has already reached base today via the walk. A 2-1 here, and he takes it off the outside corner, now 3-1. And Rush, who already has 3 walks, in danger of walking a 4th. Threw 26 pitches in the first, is almost there here. He's thrown 24. 3-1 pitch, fouled back. The count goes full to Exposito. Rush a strike away from ending the second inning. Trying to get out of this long second. Would match his pitch total from the first. He threw 26 in the first. Here's his 26th pitch here in the second. 3-2, and Exposito shoots it down the right side and just foul by a couple inches. Would have easily scored Nikoloff from second to make it 5-0. Instead, he comes back to the plate and will redo the full count. Rush in a world of trouble already. 4 earned runs after only having 3 earned runs in his first 5 appearances. Another full count payoff pitch to Exposito. Grounded left side. Flores makes the play, has to throw all the way across the diamond, and a good stretch from Arnold will get the out, but 3 more runs come across, and the Rafters lead the Pit Spitters by a score of 4-0. On to the third we go on Pit Spitter Radio. Leading off the third here at Whitterfield in Wisconsin Rapids is Christian Faust. Faust, the shortstop tonight, usually the third baseman, shifts over to cover for Younger, who's covering for Camilletti over at second. First pitch of the inning, rolls one over to second, and the play is made in time by Exposito. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the third. Traverse City 7 up, 7 down to start the game. 3 strikeouts, 3 groundouts. The hardest hit ball by Michael Steigels in the second was a liner right to the left fielder, Castillo. And against Hemmerling, Jake Arnold will step in, the first baseman for this game. And if the rotation stays the same, Chris Monroe will find himself at first base in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Takes the first pitch strike from Hemmerling. Second pitch, swing and a miss from Arnold. And Hemmerling quickly ahead 0-2. Unlike Wyatt Rush, Hemmerling working fast in his innings. Only 30 pitches at this point. His 31st pitch, Arnold shoots hard but foul down the right side out of play. Arnold had himself a good last game against the Growlers, as did a lot of players. Won't continue that success in this at-bat. Strikes out on 4 pitches. The 4th punch out by Hemmerling. 8 up, 8 down. He's trying to make a full rotation through the lineup without letting up a base runner. And trying to snap the streak is the 9-hole hitter, Cruz Taylor. Taylor, the center fielder tonight, hitting just 106 on the year. His last game was 1 for 4, had a 2 RBI triple in the first inning of the July 4th blowout against Kalamazoo. 0-1 pitch, misses off the plate. 1-1, count evens up against Taylor. Snapped a streak of 3 games without a hit on July 4th. Has a 1-1 count here, 2 outs, trying to reach base for the first time. Rips one high down the right side, drifting into foul territory, and the right fielder Irvs is over, and he's going to make a phenomenal grab at the warning track for the final out of the inning. What a play by Irvs to end the third, and it's 9 up, 9 down. Hemmerling's retired every batter he's faced so far, and we'll go to the bottom of the third, where the Rafters are dominating at the plate when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Bottom of the third in a 4-0 ball game. The bottom 4 of the lineup coming up for the Rafters. They scored 1 run in the first, 3 runs in the second, lead 4-0. This is Wyatt Rush back to work. Second pitch of the inning ripped down the line, foul by Marco Castillo. Castillo walked with the bases loaded in the first, which forced in a run, gave him an RBI without having to even swing the bat. And Rush will look to get back to his old ways and have a quick inning. Had 2 extended innings. Castillo, fly ball to left. Steigels is going to take a few steps back and retire Castillo for the first out. The first time in 3 innings that Rush is going to retire the leadoff batter. That will bring in Elijah Dickerson. Dickerson struck out swinging to end the first inning with the bases loaded. Second at bat here. The first pitch to him from Rush. He's going to take off the outside corner for a ball. Dickerson from the left side of the plate against the right-handed Rush. Lines one hard, but right to the second baseman, Trey Younger. Hit that one on the screws, but Younger didn't even have to move. Easy play for out number 2. Had a line out to Steigels and left, a line out to Younger at second. 2 up, 2 down, and Sterling Hayes, the shortstop, back at the plate, led off last inning with a walk and would come around to score 1 of 3 runs. First pitch to him off the plate. Rush needs this. His pitch count. This is going to be the 60th pitch he's thrown in just 3 innings of work. Needs a quick inning here. Drops in a slider for a strike. Quick inning for Rush, trying to keep down the pitch count all he can. 1-1 count now to Hayes. Hayes, fly ball, left center field. Taylor racing towards the gap, and he will make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Wyatt Rush. Bounce back frame for the right-hander. And that's going to be good for the pitch count as we go to the 4th inning now in a 7-inning ball game. So we're almost halfway through it. 4-0 the lead for the Rafters, and the Pittsburghers will try to get their first base runner when we come back. Welcome back to Witter Field for the 4th inning of a 7-inning game, part of a 2-game doubleheader. A new pitcher on for the Rafters, Cole Eigenheis. has not pitched since facing Traverse City on June 19th. He left that game in the second inning with an injury and has not pitched since then. In that game, got through just an inning and a third, faced 8 batters, walked 4 of them, and gave up 1 run earned. Made 2 previous starts before that, both against the Madison Mallards, in which he pitched 4 innings in both games. Gave up 7 hits, 3 runs in the first game he pitched, and then 4 hits, 1 run in the second game. Had 6 strikeouts in that second game. Making his first appearance since June 19th. It's been a while. And he will face the top of this Pittsburgh lineup after Nathan Hemmerling went perfect through the first rotation, 1 through 9, sat them all down, did not allow a base runner. Maybe the Pittsburghers will have some more success here against Eigenheis. Trey Younger back into the box. Struck out against Hemmerling to start the first to lead off the game. Pittsburghers trying to get something going offensively and put their first base runner of the game on. Trey Younger taking some steps, moving up in the lineup. Usually hits second in the lineup, but leading off in this game. 1-1 pitch to him. Rips one hard up the middle and over the shortstop. It took a tough hop and got through for a hit, and the Pittsburghers have their first base hit, base runner of the ball game to lead off the 4th. Maybe that can start to spark something for this offense. One hop over the glove of Sterling Hayes. Took a big hop, got over his glove, allows Younger to reach on the single. And now Miles Symington up at the plate. He's going to take a first pitch outside. One-0 count. Younger leads from first. Runner goes, pitches high outside, throw down, nails Younger right after the Pittsburghers get their first base runner. Diacunto sends him back to the dugout, and there's 1 away. Younger caught stealing for the 2nd time this season in 7 attempts. Leadoff man erased. And now 1 away for Symington in a 2-0 count. And now 3-0 as that pitch misses off the plate. And you got to wonder about the call to steal, down 4 runs. Finally gets some offense going, and he's immediately erased. Now a 3-0 count, see if Symington gets a green light. And he'll take all the way as it's a high fastball. A 4-pitch walk to Symington. And now even more questions about the stolen base attempt by Younger, as it would be first and second with no one out. Instead, just a runner on first with 1 away for Tito Flores, the Pittsburgh third baseman. Flores struck out his first at-bat to end the Pittsburgh first as they went 1-2-3. Flores, a .253 hitter, was 0 for 4 his last game against the Growlers, but put every ball in play. First pitch to him, he's going to take in there for a strike from Eigenheis. And that 4-pitch walk to Symington, similar to what was seen his last start in Traverse City. He walked 4 of 8 he faced. Only give up 1 run, though, so he was able to pitch out of trouble. 0-1 pitch to Flores, and Symington takes off. That pitch high. Diacunto's throw down and does not get the tag on Symington. It was a wide throw, and Symington dove around the tag to reach. And the Pittsburghers get a man in scoring position. The strategy might just be try to get a guy in scoring position to try to cut into the lead, but when you're not getting anything going offensively, you just got to question why you're being so aggressive on the bases. A better throw would have nailed Symington there. Instead, he reaches, and it's 1-2 now as Flores fouls off that pitch. Chris Monroe, the leading RBI bat for Traverse City, is in the on-deck circle. One, two, inside on Flores, backs out, doesn't hit him. Monroe 6 RBIs shy of the league lead. Got a lot closer with a 5 RBI night a couple nights ago. 2-2 count to Flores. The pitch from Eigenheis over his head, gets to the backstop, and Symington's going to advance to third on the wild pitch. And now Flores can put a ball in play to score a run. A ground ball or a deep enough fly will do the trick. And, of course, they'll also have to look out for another wild pitch to score Symington. Full count now. A ball would walk Tito to first. Looking to protect the plate against Eigenheis. Get another runner on, potentially for Monroe. The full count pitch. And a good take from Flores on a breaking ball from Eigenheis. Doesn't bite at it and walks down to first. Second consecutive walk issued now. Which, again, don't want to sound like a broken record, but the stolen base attempt by Younger, caught stealing, would be bases loaded now with no one out if Younger did not attempt to steal. There are runners, though, on the corners with one away for Monroe. Leads the team in RBIs with 26. Takes a pitch inside. Monroe with 4 games in a row with multiple hits. 2 for 4. His last game against the Growlers was 3 for 6. The first game of the series with a grand slam. 5 RBIs to inch him closer to the league lead. 6 behind the leader now. 0-1 pitch. Monroe swing and a miss on a fastball from Eigenheis. A little late. Monroe, designated hitter in Game 1, will likely be the first baseman in Game 2. Has a 1-1 count now against Eigenheis, trying to add on to his team leading RBIs. And he will do so with a liner into right field. It's going to drop in front of the right fielder, Irves. An RBI single for Monroe, and the Pittsburghers are on the board here in the 4th. 27th RBI on the season for Monroe. Now he's 5 shy of the league lead, which is 32, Cam Redding of Kenosha. RBI single for Monroe. First and second, one away now for Michael Steigels, who hit one on a rope his first at-bat, but it was right to the left fielder, Castillo. Looking for more success this time around. First pitch he'll take across the knees for a first pitch fastball strike from Eigenheis. Steigels currently representing the tying run, down 3 here in the 4th, but more opportunities with runners on first and second. Eigenheis looks at Flores at second a couple times and deals on the outside corner for strike 2. Gets ahead of Steigels with the breaking ball. And now Steigels has to go into protect mode here. Here's an 0-2 pitch coming from Eigenheis. And Steigels the other way and just fouled down the right side. Late on the pitch. Made solid contact, but a couple inches to the right of the line in right field. Just missing a base hit. Will now reset for another 0-2, still protecting the plate against Eigenheis. Digs in his back foot in the box. Eigenheis gets the sign. Checks on Flores at second. Deals 0-2, and Steigels will foul off another pitch and stay alive. Eigenheist got ahead 0-2. Steigels has fought off a couple pitches. Trying to find a mistake pitch here and hit it hard somewhere. Has a big gap in left center field with the center fielder playing over. Another 0-2, and it comes up and in on Steigels. 1-2 now the count. The center fielder, Cooper Kornblum, playing a little more towards the right field side of center field, so there is a gap in left center if Steigels can get around on a pitch. Has to protect, though, on 1-2. Another check on Flores twice, and now the pitch. Steigels rips one into left center. Kornblum coming over and will make a running backhanded grab. Steigels tried to attack the same gap I was just talking about, but Kornblum covers a lot of ground out there and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back at-bats for Steigels. He has hit a line drive hard and nothing to show for it. That one trying to find a hole in the outfield, but Kornblum covered a good amount of ground to make the catch. 2 away now for Miguel Luceche, the catcher. Grounded out to third his first time around. Takes a first pitch strike here. Monroe leading from first and Flores from second. Flores with speed, so a base hit can score him. Luceche's last game did have an RBI double against the Growlers on July 4th. An 0-1 pitch coming here from Eigenheist. Deals, and Luceche takes it on a dirt ball. A good block by Diacunto holds the runners. Pittsburgh's finally getting something going offensively with a pair of hits, a pair of walks in the inning. Working the count, 23 pitches for Eigenheist. Here's pitch number 24. Checks on Flores again. And deals high to Luceche. Now 2-1, a hitter's count for the Pittsburgh catcher. In comparison, Hemmerling threw just 35 pitches through his 3 innings of work, his first trip through the lineup. Now 25 pitches coming from Eigenheist, the 2-1, and Luceche solid contact but foul out of play to the right side. Count evens up at 2-2. And Eigenheist a strike away from getting out of the inning. Traverse City has cut into the lead slightly with 1 run, but another run here would be huge. Luceche trying to deliver that hit. Eigenheist gets assigned 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on, and Luceche calls time. Make Eigenheist think about it for another second. Luceche digs in again for a 2-2 pitch, 2 outs in the 4th, 2 on base. Pitch from Eigenheist. Up and in on Luceche, and now a base hit guaranteed to score a run as Flores will be in motion on the full count 2-out pitch. Flores in motion from second. Monroe will be in motion from first. Runners getting a head start here. Payoff pitch here from Eigenheist. Inside, and got a piece of Luceche. Barely nicked him across the jersey. Would have been a walk anyway, so he will reach down and load the bases here in the 4th inning. Now the tying run aboard in the top of the 4th. And that's going to draw a mound visit. No arms. Up and throwing for the Rafters. There is one guy down there getting loose, throwing a ball up against the fence. Christian Faust is the batter, looking to come through. Grounded out his first time up, but on the team RBI board, he's second in RBIs. He is 11 RBIs away from Chris Monroe, the leader, but he can inch himself a little closer here if he can get a hit. Wouldn't even technically need a hit. He could walk to get an RBI, anything that produces a run. But with 2 outs, he would need a base hit if he puts it in play, or just hit it hard on the ground and force the Raptor defense to make a play, field it cleanly, and throw it cleanly. Currently facing a struggling Eigenheis. After a perfect trip through the lineup from Hemmerling, here in the 4th, Eigenheis has already faced 6 batters. He's given up 2 hits, 2 walks, a hit by pitch. First pitch to Faust. He's swinging, grounds it to short. The play is made by Hayes, and the flip is in time to second to end the inning. Eigenheis out of the threat, and the pitch hitters strand the bases loaded, and they'll go to the bottom of the 4th. They get 1 run, but they're still down 3 when we return. Welcome back to Witter Field in Wisconsin Rapids. The Pittsburghers score 1 in the top of the 4th. Had a chance for more, but they leave them loaded, and they enter the bottom of the 4th, down 3. Wyatt Rush back on the hill for his 4th inning of work. After giving up 4 runs in the first 2 innings, had a 1-2-3 third, and will look for similar success here in the 4th as his team's starting to figure it out offensively, getting a couple hits, some walks, and a hit by pitch in the inning. Getting on to the scoreboard as they sent 7 to the plate. And we'll look for another quick inning, give his guys a chance. 9-hitter Angelo Diacunto in the plate. Watches another ball, 2-0 the count to him. He singled his first time around and would come around to score 1 of 3 runs in the 2nd inning. Already his 2nd at-bat here. Has a 2-0 count against Rush. Swings, lines one up the middle. Play made by Faust, and the throw low, but a nice dig by Arnold at first for out number 1. And now Rush starting to feel it a little bit as he's retired 6 in a row after giving up those 3 runs in the 2nd that pushed the lead to 4-0. Only time all season he's allowed multiple runs in a ball game, especially in his starts, as his previous 2 starts went 7 innings, 1 run in both of those appearances. Already 4 in 2 innings here. But is starting to settle down as he gets an infield pop-up. The third baseman, Flores, coming in, and he will make the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out to leadoff hitter Kornblum, and there are 2 away. Rush definitely starting to turn it around here. He's gotten 2 outs on just 4 pitches this inning. Just 11 pitches in the third and the fourth now from Rush. First pitch to Irvs. He's just going to take it the whole way. It's in for a strike. Irvs singled in the first. His last at bat in the second. Hit one hard into center field on a line, but right to Cruz Taylor. Has had 2 good at bats and made a fantastic play in right field as well. Slider from Rush found the outside corner. He's ahead 0-2, looking for back-to-back quick innings. Just getting on the mound, making some pitches, and trying to get right back off the mound, get his team right back up at the plate, and put Eigenheis back on the mound, who's been struggling. 0-2 pitch to Irvs. Lined hard into center. Taylor coming in, and he's going to let it drop in front of him. Down 3 runs, not trying to risk diving at it and having it skip past him. And Irv's second hit of the game extends the fourth. 2-out single for McKinley Irvs. Just in front of Taylor in center, and Josh Nikoloff, the third baseman for the Rafters, will step in. Had a RBI double his 2 RBI double his last time up. He scored Hayes and Diacunto. Got down in the count 0-2 and battled and took a pitch the other way to right center field, scoring 2 runs. Flew out to right his first time. Lines one up the middle, just past Rush, close to nailing him. Skits into center field. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Rafters now. Irvs and Nikoloff both sending balls up the middle on a line for a base hit. And the inning will continue for the designated hitter, Andrew Duran. Rush got the first 2 batters on just 4 pitches. And 4 pitches later, a pair of hits for the Rafters have them in business again. Another RBI opportunity for the Rafters. Duran did get an RBI his first at bat on a sacrifice fly to right field. Struck out in the first. Third time he's facing Rush. First pitch to him. He's going to take on a slider that found its way right down the heart of the plate. Rush has been effective with the slider, keeping hitters off balance on their front foot as they get started early. Haven't been able to quite adjust to it yet. Now an 0-1 pitch. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. And another slider, Duran way ahead of it, and that pitch was a couple feet off the plate. Rush has the slider working here still. As the Rafters are attacking the fastball, they have not yet adjusted to the slider. And we'll see if Rush comes at Duran again with 3 consecutive sliders. Got him swinging in the first inning, trying to get him again to end the fourth. The 0-2 pitch to Duran. Does throw another slider, and Duran lays off that one. At bat will continue. 1-2 the count now. Rush now at 72 pitches. Through 26 in the first, 28 in the second. Has settled down since then, lowering the pitch count across the last 2 innings. And the 1-2 to Duran, swing and a miss. Got him for the second time tonight. Strands 2 runners as the Rafters were trying to rally and make something happen with 2 outs. But Rush gets out of it, and we'll go to the 5th inning now. 3 innings left to play in the 7-inning game of a doubleheader. And the Pittsburghers will look to continue their hot offense in the 4th and the 5th when we return on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back for the 5th inning of baseball here at Witter Field in Wisconsin Rapids. The Pitt Spitters trailing still 4-1, but have started to figure things out in the last inning or two. Loaded the bases last time on a pair of hits, pair of walks, and a hit by pitch. Only scored 1 run, though, as they left them loaded against Eigenheis, who's back on the mound for his 2nd inning out of the bullpen. And Arnold swing and miss there. 1-1 goes the count. Arnold went down swinging against Hemmerling his first time up. 1 of 4 strikeouts that Nathan Hemmerling got his first trip through the lineup. A 1-1 pitch to Arnold here. All over it, hits it hard into center field, but it's right to the center fielder Kornblum, and he will make the catch for out number 1.
Hey fans, we got some birthdays in the house. Happy 9th birthday.
A couple times now that the Pitt Spitters have hit a hard liner into center field, but they have not been able to find a hole in the outfield. And hitless. 2 of them from Michael Steigels, 1 there from Arnold. And now the 9-hitter Cruz Taylor into the box for the 2nd time. He hit a deep fly ball to right field his first time around, and was actually, it got to the warning track in right field, but a little foul down the line, and McKinley Irves in right field made a fantastic play on it to end the 3rd inning. But Cruz had some pop on it, had it real high up in the air, and still managed to get some good distance on it. A little lower exit off the bat, and Fair definitely had a chance to go out. 1-1 the count to him here against Eigenheis. That ball skips off the dirt about 2 feet in front of home plate. Almost bounced up and got Taylor, but he got out of the way. It's now 2-1, a hitter's count to Cruz. Taylor trying to reach base here to get on in the 5th inning and get himself in a position for the leadoff batter Younger in the top of the lineup to make some more noise. 2-1 pitch to him here. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Eigenheis, and the count evens 2-2 to Taylor. Taylor now has to go into protect mode with 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Eigenheis. Well off the plate, the count's going to run full to Cruz Taylor. Already a pair of walks, and what would have been a 3rd walk to Seche, but nicked his jersey. So 3 free passes basically from Eigenheis in his 1 inning he worked in the 4th. Can put a 4th man on here if he can't find the zone. The 3-2 to Taylor. Got him swinging on a breaking ball on 3-2. Gets the first 2 men he faces here in the 5th. A big bounce back from the 4th, where he allowed the first 4 batters to reach, and there's 2 away for the top of the lineup here in the 5th. Trey Younger singled his last time in the 4th against Eigenheis, and then was caught stealing to immediately erase him as the leadoff hitter. First pitch here inside off the plate on a fastball from Eigenheis. Pitt Spitters went 1-2-3 in the first 3 innings and then had 7 batters up in the 4th. But Eigenheis has settled down, gotten the first 2 here. They can go 1-2-3 again if Younger doesn't reach. Younger, just like Arnold, hits one hard, but into center field right to Kornblum, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Spitters in the 5th, down by 3, and they're going to need something in the last 2 innings, or they'll lose the first game of the first half and the first game of the doubleheader. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th inning here in Wisconsin Rapids. 4-1 lead for the Rafters over the Pittsbitters as they go down 1-2-3 again for the 4th time in the ball game in the 5th. And Rafters back up to the plate for the 5-hitter, the dead middle of the order. EJ Exposito will lead off, and then the bottom half of the lineup will come around next. Exposito 0 for 1 in the game. Ground out in a walk. Walked in the first, grounded out in the second. Rush still on the mound. He's bounced back after 4 runs given up in the first 2 frames. Has not allowed to run the last 2. At a 1-2-3 third. Retired 6 in a row before giving up back-to-back 2-out singles to Irvs and Nikoloff, but got out of trouble as he struck out Duran to end the 4th. And now a broken bat here to Exposito as he tried to check his swing on an inside fastball. Got the handle, snapped the bat, and so Exposito will get a new piece of lumber and step back to the plate for a 1-2 count. Rush trying to get through 5 innings and turn it over to the bullpen and try to keep the deficit where it's at. Trying to give his team a chance to come back into the ball game, down 3. 1-2 here to Exposito. Breaking ball lined into center. Faust cannot reach it, and it's going to drop into shallow center field for a leadoff single from EJ Exposito.
Hey fans, it's a Sears hometown store home run inning. If a Raptors hits a home run, it's an great
8th hit of the ball game for Wisconsin Rapids, as they've been all over Rush here in this start. And just for a comparison, Wyatt Rush came into this game with 20 innings pitched and had only given up 7 hits all season. 8 here in the ball game for the Rafters, leads off the inning. And now Castillo checks his swing on the first pitch slider from Rush, went around for strike 1. Castillo is 0 for 1, just like Exposito. Walked in the first and then got out his second time around. Lined out to Steigels in left field last time up. Exposito on for the second time tonight, over at first. Rush another slider on the outside corner for strike 2. Gotta be aware of Exposito over there. He's tried to steal 5 bags, caught twice, 3 for 5 on the season. Might try something here on the 0-2 pitch. He holds the 0-2, another slider, but time was called before the pitch. Good for Rush as it was low and outside. This is going to be the 80th pitch of the game for Wyatt Rush. Looks in for the sign. And the 0-2 to Castillo. Fastball got him swinging on the elevated heater. 1 away here in the inning. Rush gets strikeout number 4. And that ties him for the second most strikeouts he's thrown in a start. Struck out 4 his first start against the Jackrabbits, 6 last time out against Kalamazoo, so he's going to need another pair here in this inning, as this is likely his last inning of work if he wants to tie his season high. Exposito still leading on first after his leadoff single. Elijah Dickerson at the plate. Tries to bunt, but fouls it back to the screen. Dickerson just one of 2 players that have not reached base yet in the ball game, as he struck out in the first, lined out hard in the third. Doesn't show here, and a big swing and a miss on a high fastball from Rush. He's down 0-2 in the count. Dickerson is tied for the team lead in homers with 2. Got one his last game. Tied with Nikoloff, the 3-hole hitter. Tried to get one there, and now here's the 0-2 from Rush. Lines one to Symington in right field, and Symington will make the catch for the second out. That ball seemed like it got off the end of the bat of Elijah Dickerson. And now with 2 outs, runner on first, Sterling Hayes will come up to bat. Rush looking for 3 scoreless after giving up a run in the first 2. Hayes walked in the second, flew out in the third, so he's 0 for 1. Did score when he walked in the second inning. Has a run scored from San Diego, California, plays his college ball at Creighton. Slider from Rush finds the strike zone for strike 1. 84 pitches now for Rush, but has gotten the pitch count a lot after throwing 54 pitches the first 2 innings. Only 30 cents. Fastball just misses off the plate here to Hayes. 1-1 goes the count. Rush through 26 pitches in the first, 28 pitches in the second, and has thrown just a little over that through the next 3. Here's the 1-1 to Hayes. It's going to find the strike zone on the fastball, and now 1-2 the count. Rush a strikeout away from ending the inning, stranding the leadoff man on first. Exposito led off with a single up the middle, but Rush got Castillo to strike out, Dickerson to line out to right, and can end the inning here. The 1-2, runner goes. Ball skips in the dirt, gets away. As Rush tried a 1-2 slider, released it low, and Useche not able to pick it to make a throw. So now a base hit could score another run, get the run back that Traverse City got in the 4th. Count evens at 2-2. Rush gets the sign. And here is the 2-2. Slider that breaks on the inside corner and just got a piece of it is Hayes. He'll stay alive here in this at-bat. Rush on the doorstep of 90 pitches now. 15 in the inning. Nowhere near the first 2 innings of pitch in terms of pitch count. Another 2-2 here to Hayes. Rush deals. It's lined into right center field. It's going to get down for extra bases. Taylor will cut it off at the warning track, but Hayes is into second with an RBI double. 5th run scored by the Rafters. They get the run back that they gave up in the 4th. 5-1 now the lead. Rebant out of the dugout and is going to his bullpen. An off night for Wyatt Rush, who had only given up 7 hits and 3 runs through his first 20 innings of work. And just short of 5 innings here in Wisconsin Rapids, gave up 9 hits and 5 runs. Anthony Ramirez will relieve him, and we'll go more in on that when we return on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to the bottom of the fifth here in Wisconsin Rapids. Anthony Ramirez is the new pitcher. He will relieve Wyatt Rush, who he will tell you did not have his stuff today. Who knows if it was because he was pushed back a day and was in his routine, ready to go yesterday, and gets pushed back a day for his start. And now Ramirez on, who, just like Rush coming into the game, has had electric stuff all season, a 2-0 record for Ramirez. This is his 10th relief appearance. First pitch, swing in is Diacunto, comes up empty. Only one earned run allowed by Ramirez through 12 innings pitched. His ERA at .75. He's faced 54 batters, only given up 7 hits. He's walked 8 and struck out 10. And those 8 walks have his whip at 1.25. Has had slight control issues, and if he can cut down on the walks, his off-speed breaking balls are nasty as Diacunto swings through there. But the ball gets away from Useche. A pitch that was nowhere near the strike zone. Ramirez got Diacunto to go around on. But the wild pitch now will move Hayes up to third. But it's an 0-2 count to Diacunto, the 9-hitter for the Rapids, for the Rafters, and Ramirez trying to finish the fifth. The 0-2 pitch to the Rafters catcher. A nice slider off the plate, and Diacunto checks his swing, didn't go, thought about it, and was able to hold up. 65 miles per hour on that breaking ball from Ramirez. He has some slow stuff, but it's effective. Gets set now for a 1-2. Still way ahead in the count to Diacunto. The pitch, lined softly right side. It's going to drop in front of Symington for a base hit. And the runner will score from third. It's now 6-1 Rapids on the RBI single from Diacunto. That run charged to Wyatt Rush, so it gives him 6 earned runs in the game. Rush, after all season, through 3 relief appearances and 2 starts, pitched 20 innings, faced 68 batters, and had only given up 7 hits and 3 earned runs and 2 walks on the entire season. But this start against the Rafters, 4 2/3, didn't even make it through 5, gave up 9 hits and 6 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks. Eclipsed his season totals in just 1 game. And his team down 6-1, top of the order. Cooper Kornblum up, swung through the first pitch, checks his swing on the second pitch, but it's a called strike from Ramirez. 64 on the gun. Ramirez gets a back-to-back hitter, down 0-2, wasn't able to sit down Diacunto. He got an RBI single. We'll try to sit down the Rafters leadoff hitter, Kornblum. Gets set. And the 0-2 runner goes. It's a little pitch out. Useche throw down, and it's right on the money. Runner can to end the inning. But the Rafters strike again for 2 more. They lead 6-1. 2 innings left to play in game 1 of this doubleheader on Wednesday. 7-inning games, so 2 innings left. And Pittsburghers are going to need some type of offense to come around if they want to come back and prevent losing the first game of the second half. Welcome back to Witter Field. 6-1 is the lead for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters as we go to the 6th inning, and leading off for the Pittsbitters, the right fielder Miles Symington. Probably the best spot in the order you can hope to start when you're trailing big with just 2 innings left to play. Symington, Flores, and Monroe due up for Traverse City. Still on the mound, Cole Eigenheis for his 3rd inning of relief. And settled down tremendously after facing 7 batters in the 4th inning, his 1st inning out of the bullpen. Gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch, but was able to gather himself and get a 1-2-3 5th inning. Now will face the big bats in the Traverse City lineup. Symington, grounder up the middle, play is made by Hayes, and the throw is in time to get Symington, able to hold his foot on first, Dickerson, and Symington is retired to start the inning. Symington retired on just 2 pitches on the ground out, so now Flores will step in against Eigenheis. Flores walked last time he faced Eigenheis in the 4th inning. Got down 0-2, but battled all the way back in the count to force the count full and then walk. First pitch skipped in the dirt by Eigenheis, and Flores lays off for a first pitch ball. Flores looking for his first hit. Struck out in the 1st, walked in the 4th. 0 for 1 on the day. Got all the way around to 3rd, but was left there stranded as Traverse City stranded him loaded in the 4th. That pitch almost got Tito on the left elbow, but just missed him. Skips to the backstop. 2-0 count to him now. A hitter count for the 3rd baseman today, usually the left fielder for Traverse City, but a utility player from Michigan. And another pitch comes inside, just misses him. It's now 3-0, and down 5 runs. Would expect a take sign here. Don't want to hit into an out as you're trying to come back in the late innings. 3-0 to Flores, and he will just take it right down the middle. And if he gets that pitch again, would expect him to be all over it. Still in Flores' favor, 3-1, as Eigenheis tries to battle back in the count. The pitch comes inside again. Flores moves out of the way. He walks for the 2nd time against Cole Eigenheis. And the Pittsbitters have a 1-out base runner in the 6th. Gonna need some more base runners for an opportunity to come back. And a good hitter now at the plate, Chris Monroe, extended his hitting streak to 10 games with an RBI single his last time up. First pitch inside, Mac backs out of the way. Has a 4-game multi-hit streak that is on the line here. But he did extend the hit streak to 10. Longest streak on the team. The 1-0 pitch to him. Popped up right side. First baseman Dickerson moving over and will not be able to make the play. It drops between him and Exposito in foul territory. And Chris Monroe has been gifted extra life here. Not sure if it was some wind affecting the ball, but Dickerson not able to make the play behind the bag. It does fall foul, though, luckily for the Rafters. And luckily for Monroe, as he gets another chance. What will he do with his new life at the plate? A chance for him to come through with the hit and make the Rafters pay for that one. And jam shot. Might have broken the bat. Seemed like he's checking it. And he is going to go get a new bat. Chris Monroe breaks more bats than any other Pittsbitter on the team, as pitchers try to jam him inside because of how much power he has. On outside pitches, Monroe is one of the best at driving it. He drove one the other way his first at-bat for an RBI single in the right center. And at Kalamazoo, his grand slam was a low outside pitch that he pulled over the left field wall by about 30 feet. So he has a lot of power on the outside part. Gets jammed inside a lot and breaks bats off the handle. Now a 1-2 count to him. Eigenheis trying to retire him. And the pitch inside in the dirt, skips away and goes out of play. So Flores now at second base on the wild pitch. And Monroe, a good chance for an RBI knock here. Already increased his team leading RBI total to 27 his last at-bat. And can get closer to the league lead with one here. The 2-2 pitch now to Monroe. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. He goes down swinging for the second time tonight and unable to make the Rafters pay for not catching the fly ball pop-up behind first. And it looks like now with the strikeout to Monroe, 2 outs and a runner on second, the Rafters are going to go to the bullpen. And the official motion there has been made. Eigenheis' night is done. New pitcher coming on for the Rafters when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. Back for the top of the 6th, new pitcher, the Wisconsin Rapids closer, Braden Bonner. He will enter here to get the last 4 outs of the game. Rafters not taking any chances, trying to win their first game of the second half. They're up 5, a runner on second for Michael Steigels, who has 2 hard lineouts so far in the ballgame. First pitch from Bonner. Steigels smokes it, but it's foul down the right side. Bonner has already faced Traverse City this season. He got a save in a 3-0 victory back on June 20th. At the time, it was just a second shutout loss for Traverse City. Faced 4 batters. Did give up a hit, but no runs as he saved the ball game. Enters here coming off of a save against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 5 days ago. Gave up 2 hits, but got 2 strikeouts in a scoreless 9th. He has saved 3 consecutive games that he has pitched in. 5 total on the season. A 1-1 pitch coming here to Steigels. Bonner delivers. Steigels takes, but it's called on the outside corner for a strike. Bonner, a very accurate pitcher. In 8 innings worked on the season, only 1 walk to 34 batters faced and 8 strikeouts. Didn't get a strikeout the last time he faced the Pittsbitters, but did not give up a run in the save. 1-2 here to Steigels. Bonner deals. Steigels rips one into left center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Flores is going to score easily on an RBI single from Michael Steigels. Flores comes around to score the second run for the Pittsbitters. It's now a 6-2 game. That run charged to Eigenheis as he allowed Flores to reach. So both runs that the Pittsbitters have scored have come against Cole Eigenheis. And Bonner, in his 7 relief appearances, has not allowed a run, earned or unearned. Traverse City would need some 2-out rally here to give him a run as Useche steps in. Steigels came through with 2 outs. Now it's Miggy's turn. Takes one low for a ball. Good to see Steigels find outfield grass out there after his first 2 at-bats. He hit one hard on a line. The first one right to Castillo and the last one into left center, but Kornblum was able to cover a lot of ground and make the catch. That one hit a little softer, though, and it landed in shallow left center field. 1-0 count to Useche with Steigels at first. And time called by Useche. Bonner does take a good amount of time when he gets set before he deals to throw off timing of the runners on base so they can't time him up and get a stolen base on him. A 1-0 count still. Steigels takes off. The pitch low outside and into second base safely. Way ahead of the throw is Steigels with a stolen base. And now a base hit for Useche can get the Pittsbitters even closer in this ball game with the runner in scoring position in 2 outs. And a 2-0 count to Useche. A hitter's count. See if he can get a fastball from Bonner, drive it somewhere. And that's why pitchers take differing times between pitches, as Steigels seemed to have Bonner timed up there. The 2-0, and Steigels at second. Not stealing here. Useche takes it for a strike on a fastball down the middle. 2-1, still a hitter's count for Useche. Has grounded out and reached on a hit by pitch in the game. 2-1 here from Bonner. Checks on Steigels at second and delivers. Useche fouls it off the right side out of play. A 2-2 count as Bonner tries to get out of the inning. He has not given up an earned run on the season. A base hit could give him his first. Useche trying to deliver an RBI in back-to-back games. Had an RBI double against the Growlers on the 4th. Has reached base safely in 4 consecutive ball games. Oh, my mistake. 6 consecutive ball games. Had a hit by pitch in there I didn't see against Battle Creek on the 27th. 6 games on base in a row for Useche now. Trying to get a hit in back-to-back games. The 2-2 from Bonner. Useche grounded to short. Hayes fields and throws accurately to first to end the inning. We will go to the bottom of the 6th. Pittsburgh's score 1, but they're still down 4. 6-2 lead for the Rafters as we go to the bottom of the 6th on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Whitterfield in Wisconsin Rapids. The Rafters on top 6-2 as they go into likely their final at-bat of Game 1 unless the Pittsburghers have a big comeback in the 7th. And they will start the 7th where they started the game at the top of the lineup. Cooper Kornblum was at the plate last inning when Diacunto was caught stealing to end things, so he will step back into the box to lead off the 6th. Anthony Ramirez, the pitcher still for the Pittsburghers. First pitch fouled back out of play by Kornblum. Ramirez entered to face Sterling Hayes, did give up an RBI double and then a single, but had some defensive help from Useche, who nailed Diacunto trying to steal to end the inning. Does not have himself, though, an out on the mound. Will try to do so here in the 6th and keep this deficit where it's at and allow his team some type of opportunity to come back in the ball game. Ball low, below the knees of Kornblum, and the count goes 2-1. Kornblum singled his first 2 at-bats and popped out his most recent trip to the plate. That one in on the inside corner, and the count goes 3-1 to the Rafter leadoff hitter. Kornblum trying to reach for the 3rd time tonight. The 3-1 from Ramirez. That one finds the strike zone as Kornblum tosses his bat aside, thinking it was ball 4, and will now have to reset at the plate for the full count pitch. Ball on the outside corner, across the knees. It was close, couldn't tell if he thought it was low or outside, or both. But now a full count pitch from Ramirez, and that one misses the zone. So now Kornblum will walk down to first to lead off the 6th. Now up at the plate, McKinley Irves, just like Kornblum, has a pair of singles in the game. One in the 1st, one in the 4th. His only out was a hard hit line drive that he smoked into center field, but right at Cruz Taylor. So he's 2 for 3 in the ball game. First pitch to Irves, low, and it gets away from Useche, and that's going to move Kornblum down to 2nd on the wild pitch. So now Kornblum down to second. The first three batters in the Rafter lineup, Kornblum, Irvs, and Nikoloff, all with multiple hits. Irvs looking for a third here. The 1-0 to him. Shoots it, right center field. Symington moves over. He will make the catch, and the runner bluffs a tag and stays at second. One away with the runner on second for Josh Nikoloff. And like I just mentioned, he, along with Irvs and Kornblum, all at the top of the lineup have multiple hits. Nikoloff, a 2 RBI double in the second. He singled in the fourth after flying out his first trip. Has hits in his last 2 at-bats, trying to make it 3 hits in a row as he bats here against Ramirez. RBI opportunity with a runner on second base. Ramirez checks on Kornblum at second, deals the first pitch outside to Nikoloff. Ramirez is able to be so successful as he is very slow at the plate with the off speed. 61 on that most recent pitch, and it has hitters way out in front, and they have to adjust their timing on him. Second pitch to Nikoloff. That one on the outside corner. Fastball for a strike. So now a 1-1 count to the Rafter third baseman. 2 for 3 in the game. Second time he's had multi-hits against the Traverse City Pittsburghers this season. Ramirez checking on the runner at second, deals 1-1, and a nice pitch finds the outside corner for strike 2. That ball had a little bit of tail on it. Little changeup, it looked like, from Ramirez at 64 miles per hour for strike 2. Trying to retire Nikoloff, keep the runner at second, hold the deficit where it's at. Send it to the 7th. Here's the 1-2. Ramirez checks, deals on 1 and 2, and Nikoloff holds on an outside pitch. Count evens up now, 2-2. Nikoloff, the new team leader in RBIs, after his 2 RBI double, jumped Irvs for the team lead. Trying to add to it, shoots one down the left field line, but foul. Hard hit on the ground, about a foot or 2 foul, past the third base bag. That's what Ramirez is able to do with his slow pitches. Gets hitters out in front. Nikoloff too early there. Trying to adjust now on another 2-2 pitch. Nikoloff entered the game down 1 in the RBI lead, now up 1 after his 2 RBIs. 20th RBI on the season in the second on the 2 RBI double. Has a chance for another here with a base knock. Trying to score Kornblum from second base. Here's another 2-2 pitch from Anthony Ramirez. Grounded to third. Flores fields it, throws across. A nice stretch from Arnold, and not in time as Flores took that off a hop off his chest to knock it down, but Nikoloff hustling down to first beats it for an infield hit.
Your waste management cleanup hitter designated hitter number 29, Andrew Duran.
A good play by Flores to keep it in on the infield as it took a bad hop on him. A routine ground ball at Turtle Creek. Pops up off the infield dirt, hits him in the chest. Almost able to recover and get Nikoloff, but just a little tardy on the throw. And that will bring in the designated hitter, Andrew Duran, one of just 2 guys in the lineup not to reach base in the ball game. First pitch high from Ramirez. Duran 0 for 3, 0 for 2 in the game. A pair of strikeouts. Did have a sacrifice fly in the second to bring home a run. We'll look for his first hit here. Ramirez looked like it might have caught the outside corner, but just off, and it's a 2-0 count to Duran. Duran struck out twice against Rush, so I'm sure he's happy to be facing a new pitcher. Had an RBI double his last game. Now a 3-0 count to Ramirez, and up 4 runs, wondering if he'll get the green light to swing away here. Ramirez down 3-0, has only gotten 1 out in 5 batters he's faced, 3 hits and a walk. And he walks him on 4 pitches. That's going to load the bases for the Rafters here in the bottom of the 6th. Now Duran reaches for his first time. Only 1 player now remaining in the Rafter lineup that has not reached. Might get a chance in this inning if it goes any longer. Rebant's going to visit with Ramirez on the mound. There is no action in the Traverse City bullpen with only 1 inning left in this first game. I'm sure Reeves doesn't want to use any arm he doesn't have to and keep guys rested for game 2 and then for the 2 game set at Fond du Lac. Meeting over as Ramirez tries to get out of the 6th. Bases are loaded with 1 away. The batter is E.J. Exposito, the Rafters second baseman. He's reached base twice, once on a walk, 1 on a single. Came around to score in the 5th after singling to lead off the inning. Ramirez now going from the windup with the bases loaded. First pitch outside. Ramirez tried to find the outside corner with a slider, a little off. Exposito grounded out in the 2nd, making 1 for 2 on the game. Watches one on the inside part of the plate here for a strike. 1-1 count now. Count evens up to Exposito. Exposito is 3rd on the team in RBIs. He can make a jump himself with a hit here. Here's the 1-1. High from Ramirez, and a hitter's count now to Exposito, 2-1. Exposito with 17 RBIs, 3 shy of the lead at 20, 2 shy of Irvs in 2nd place. The 2-1, low and in, and Ramirez needs to throw a strike here, or else he'll walk in another run. Exposito was just 1 for 7 in the series played in Traverse City. Is 1 for 2 here with that walk. Ramirez needs to fire a strike on this 3-1 pitch, and he will throw way high and walk in a run. 2nd time in the ball game, 2 different pitchers that have walked across a run with the bases loaded. Rush did it in the 1st. Now Ramirez did it in the 6th. And it looks like at this point it's all or nothing for Anthony Ramirez, as there's still no one throwing in the bullpen. New batter, still with 1 away for Ramirez. Marco Castillo back in, 0 for 2. He, being the one guy that walked with the bases loaded in the first to push a run across. Back up with the bases loaded here. Takes a big rip at one and fouls it back. Ramirez in this inning has walked 3 and given up 1 single, as his pitch count just continues to rise, now at 25 for the inning. Bases still loaded, still 1 away. Castillo looking for his first hit. That one off, and now 2-1. Anytime that Ramirez throws a strike, hitter taking a big hack at it. See if he throws one on 2-1. He does. Line into left field for a base hit. 1 run scores. And Duran will hold up at third. An RBI single for Castillo just increases the lead for the Rafters. They're now on top 8-2. And still bases loaded, still with 1 away. Now for Elijah Dickerson. And now being the only batter not to reach base in the ball game, he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a couple of lineouts. Trying to reach here as everyone is reaching in the 6th. Swing and a miss on the first pitch on the outside part of the plate by Ramirez. Trying to get out of trouble here. 0-1 to Dickerson. Fouls it right back. Just got a piece of it. And Ramirez ahead in the count 0-2. Ramirez now on the season has walked 11 batters to just 10 strikeouts. The free pass killing him so far on the season. Doing so in this inning. But is ahead 0-2, and the pitch, Dickerson checks the swing, doesn't go on a breaking ball in the dirt. Useche blocks it, keeps it in front. Now 1-2. Rafters have scored 4 in the first 2, have already scored 4 in these last 2 innings. Up 8-2, looking for more. The 1-2 pitch, Dickerson grounder to first. Arnold makes the play and steps on the bag for the out, but a run is going to come across to score. It's now 9-2 Rafters. A nice play by Arnold at first to pick the ball off the ground, keep it from going into the outfield for potentially multiple runs. And now the 8th batter of the inning, Sterling Hayes, is in, ready to go. That ball in for a strike. Hayes walked and scored in the 2nd. Doubled home a run in the 5th and then scored himself. Trying to add on here. Breaking ball misses. 33 pitches in the inning for Ramirez, and the way it's looking, would not be able to pitch another inning, but not looking like that would be likely anyway. 2-1 in the zone. It's now 2-2 as Ramirez tries to get out of the inning. Trying to send it to the 7th. Here's the pitch to Hayes, and he'll foul it off and stay alive. Another 2-strike pitch here from Ramirez. Outside for a ball. Trying to get Hayes to chase, and Hayes is laying off. Moves the count to 2-2. Evens it up. Hayes already in RBI. Base hit his last at bat. That ball to short. Faust fields it and makes the throw to first. Arnold picks it off the dirt to end the inning. We go to the 7th. Traverse City needing a humongous comeback, down 7 runs. 9-2 lead for the Rafters when we return on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back for the 7th inning of Game 1 of this doubleheader. This is the final inning as we're playing 2 7-inning games, and the Pittsburghers are going to need a large comeback if they want to avoid a loss in Game 1 of the second half of the season. For the first half champs down big here, then they'll have the bottom 3 in their order to face the Rafter closer still in the game, Braden Bonner. Faust leading things off, takes one up and in. Faust taking the pitch there, but an easy take as he grounded out to second his first at-bat and to short his last at-bat, both on the first pitch that he saw. So finally took a pitch. 1-0 from Bonner. Low, now 2-0. Traverse City at least trying to get to the top of the lineup where they've scored both their runs and have had all their offense in the game. The bottom 4 hitters in the lineup, a combined 0 for 8 for the Pittsburghers. And the 2-0 misses off the plate. And Bonner a ball away from putting on the leadoff batter. Faust way up in the count, 3-0. Can't afford to take a pitch or two and force Bonner to throw him a strike. Bonner gets set. The 3-0 on the inside corner for strike number 1 continues the at-bat. Now a 3-1 count to Faust. Hitless over 2 in the game. Now a 3-1 pitch. Bonner gets set. (3-1) in the zone, grounded right side. Exposito fields in the hole and throws on to first for out number 1. Traverse City, 9 runs given up today. They gave up 18 in their last game after just 2 the game before, getting outscored 27-4 their last 2 ball games. A team that scored 16 runs just 3 days ago against Kalamazoo has scored 2 their last 2 games. First pitch from Bonner to Arnold, off the plate inside. Arnold struck out his first at-bat, lined out. Hard to center field his last at-bat. Trying to reach for the first time here in this ball game.
Arnold trying to work a pitch hitter rally here in the final inning of this game 1 of today's doubleheader.
Lines one right side, and a pick from Dickerson at first, and he'll step on it for out number 2. Back-to-back batters shooting one towards the right side. Exposito in the hole got Faust, and Arnold tried to attack the hole there, and Dickerson at first made the play. 2 away, and the last hope for Traverse City, Cruz Taylor. Taylor, the center fielder, hitless in the ball game, a flyout and a strikeout. And now the bottom 4 in the pitch hitter lineup 0 for 10 combined. Only one reaching base. That was Miguel Useche on a hit by pitch. First pitch to Taylor in there for a strike. Jacob Marcus will be the Game 2 starter for Traverse City as he'll look for his first win of the season and will look to bounce back after a loss his last time out. 0-1 to Taylor here. Takes one well off the plate. Game 2 will start approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this Game 1. Will also be a 7-inning game. 1-1 here to Taylor. Bonner gets set. Delivers, and Taylor takes it for strike number 2. And the Rafters a strike away from finishing off a win in Game 1 of this doubleheader. It would take a huge 2-out rally here. Traverse City has done it before. They scored 7 innings back in the season against Fond du Lac before they recorded a single out. So they could do it. Would take Taylor to reach here to start off. And the 1-2 from Bonner. Taylor takes high. Ball 2. 2-2 goes the count now. Taylor trying to just extend the game. Another batter. Send it to the top of the lineup. Bonner trying to close out the first game of the doubleheader and the first game of the second half of the season. Even count 2-2, the pitch from Bonner. And Taylor takes low. Count now goes full. Bonner got into a little bit of trouble in the 6th. Gave up an RBI single. And a stolen base. Almost brought in his first run given up on the season, but was able to get out of it. Now trying to just finish off a 1-2-3 7th and win Game 1 of the doubleheader. The full count pitch to Cruz Taylor. Inside called, strike 3, and Taylor goes down looking to end the ball game. And Game 1 ends just like that. Rafters offense was on it early and often as they scored 4 runs in the first 2 innings and scored 5 runs in the last 2 innings. They win it 9-2 over Traverse City and move to 2-1 against the Pittsburghers in their season set, and 1-0 in the second half. Traverse City falls to 0-1 in the second half. The first half champs have been outscored 27-4 their last 2 games, and they will look to bounce back in Game 2 with Jacob Marcus on the mound. That game will start about 30 minutes after this game, so approximately 8:05 Central, 9:05 Eastern Time. Be on the lookout for the Twitter announcement. That's where the official time will be released and the lineup at TC Pittsbitters for all the information on Game 2 of this doubleheader game and for information on the entire season. That's where you will find out the exact start time, the starting lineup, starting pitcher, etc., and I'll be back for Game 2 in about a half hour. Going to take a quick break here and be back here at Witter Field in Wisconsin Rapids in about a half hour. I'll see you all then, and until then, enjoy yourself. Go get something to eat, a nice cup of tea, whatever you like, and I'll be back in about a half hour. Have a good one until then, and I'll see you soon.